What's up, guys? Welcome back to Build Cool again. Today, we're back to work on our 1986 Honda Helix CN250. And in this episode, it's finally time to finish this build. So we're gonna start by wrapping some of that cloth electrical tape around our wire harness. That way, it'll look a little better and it'll have some protection. From there, we're gonna go through and finally address our seat. Now I picked up some foam and I picked up some fabric, and neither of which I've ever seen used for what we're trying to do. It's definitely gonna be unique, and I have a good feeling that this could work. But we're gonna have to try it, and fingers crossed it works, and fingers crossed it even lasts. I don't know how this fabric's gonna actually hold up to being a seat, but worth a shot. But before we get started, let's go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button so we can keep on building cool. This is the last build episode of this bike, and the next one we're gonna be doing a couple test episodes, and from there we're on to our next build, and it's definitely the biggest build we've taken on to date. So you're gonna want to make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out. But with all that being said, let's get started. So we finally finished the wiring harness and got that all wrapped and protected. And now it's time to finally address this seat. So I went down to Harbor Freight and I picked up some of these big floor padding things. They're relatively cheap. I did notice, like, if you try to go to Home Depot, it's like 2-3 times the price for smaller ones. So if you're gonna get something like this, go to Harbor Freight. It really doesn't matter. Like, they're gonna get destroyed on the floor. No point of spending extra. So I got these. If you flip them upside down, they're nice and smooth. I think this will be good padding. That way it's not gonna be super thick on here, but it's also gonna actually have something here to be a little more comfortable. So I'm thinking we're gonna take some screws, screw it into here, and then we'll try a razor blade. I also got a knife and a torch, so we can always heat it up and try to cut and see how that goes. I would like to be able to, we need to follow the edge of the seat and get it all trimmed that way. And then I kind of want to like bevel the edges, that way it'll be rounded. We could just pull the fabric over, staple it, and that would make things really easy. But who knows how this is gonna go. So I'm gonna go ahead, get you guys all set up, and we will start tearing into this thing. So with all that being said, let's keep going. Alright, guys. So remember in the beginning of the episode how I said I may need to bust out the sewing machine? Yeah, this did not work and I'm going to have to bust out the sewing machine. But I did make the decision after getting frustrated that I don't have time to do the sewing machine and sew something up right now. It's been a few years since I've used it. I've got to knock the dust off it and play around a little bit to get comfortable with using it again. And I just don't have the time to do that right now. So for the time being, I just wrapped some fabric around it. I know it's not very tight, it doesn't look the best, but it does look better than the big chunk of wood seat that we did have. And now I've got a little bit of padding so it'll be a little more comfortable to ride. And I mean, look at it. From far away, the cork goes really well with the color of this bike. I really like it. I'm gonna have to pick up some more fabric and get creative, but we will make this right at some point. So in the next episode, we're gonna take this thing out for a test ride and see how she does now that she's all complete. So before we get out of here, let's go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button so we can keep on building cool couple test rides with this thing, and we're gonna be unveiling our next project. Or who knows, I've got a few of them, so it may wind up being a couple projects going at the same time. That way, when I'm waiting for parts, I can just keep on going. But you're gonna have to make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out. But with all that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Peace!